Hey everybody, welcome to Awty Campfire. You are in the right place. We are going to give it 1 or 2 more minutes for the latecomers to get on, and we've got some images of the first part of the school year to keep you a little company while we do that. All right, folks. Well, good evening and welcome to Awty Campfire. My name is Tom Oden. I am the head of secondary at the Awty International School, and we are just absolutely thrilled to have so many of you guys out there in the audience. And we've got a wonderful show for you tonight. I was reflecting on my way over. We started Awty Campfire. I started Awty Campfire in the lockdown. So this would have been, I think the first one was March 2020, and that was in a place where we were all isolated for each other, and the goal was just to try to create a way for that Awty community to come back together. And it started with those roots, and it really hasn't changed. It's a place where we can spotlight our amazing students, spotlight our fantastic teachers, spotlight our incredible parents, and share with our entire community some of the amazing stuff that's going on at school. The slide that's up there has a piece of our purpose, this idea that students would experience excellence every day, and we think we're going to give you a taste of what that might look like. So to start us off, we are going to go, I use the phrase, the sports give us the spirit and the arts give us the soul. And we have a soulful journey coming up for you that our performing arts department is putting together, the musical Grease. We are going to go live to Mohammed Family Recital Hall, and Mr. Bauman and some of the cast, and take a live look in to a Grease rehearsal.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Bauman, the Arts Department, as well as the director of Grease. Been rehearsing for quite some time. This is the drive-in movie scene that you're seeing set up behind us, and Danny and Sandy, and then you'll hear a little bit of the songs and Hopelessly Devoted to You.
Okay, Mr. Bauman, maybe before we dive into the music, maybe you can take us just into the decision-making process, like how'd we get to a musical and how'd we land on Grease?
So in the theater department, I try to kind of switch off every other year, and I'll have kind of a straight play one year and then a musical the next year. This year I landed on Grease because it could accommodate quite a large cast. There's almost 40 people, I think, in this cast. And I thought just age appropriate some of these carols, and I think I got there too, and this was this. So that's why I went with it.
Okay, fantastic. And you guys, I think you started doing rehearsals right when, or, tryouts, callbacks, all that. I kind of remember that back in August, and then you guys have been working on it essentially since the beginning of school. Is that correct? I mean, I just want people to understand the commitment.
Yeah, I have them 3 days a week too. So, a little bit longer period of time.
Can't move it.
Especially with this last. I just feel this long to kind of get to the level of a production that the cast as well.
Okay, thank you. You can probably get Alex to get that laptop stable. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the songs we're going to hear, the first one.
So they kind of have Sandy and Danny have a love-hate relationship. They fight, they get back together, they feel to it. And it doesn't go, so he kind of walks out, and Danny sings the song. And I think most best, but the title is Awty. And then for tonight, Sandy's song "Hopelessly Devoted to You" is not connected to this scene. I wanted you to all hear a little bit from both Danny and Sandy.
Okay, let's hit it.
Okay, here we go.
I think forget all of it about us.
You can't just walk out of a drive.
Watch me.
At the drive-in, branded a fool. What will they say? Day at school. Sandy, can't you see I'm in misery? We made hard apart. There's nothing left for me. Love has flown all alone. I sit, I wonder why, oh why you left me. Oh Sandy, baby, someday when high school is done, somehow, some way, our two worlds will be one. In heaven forever and ever we will be. Oh please, you'll stay. Oh Sandy. Sandy, my darling, you hurt me real bad. You know it's true. But baby, you gotta say, I'm helpless without you. Love has flown all
Sandy.
Guess mine is not the first heart in. My eyes are not the first to cry. I'm not the first to know there's just no getting over you. I'm just a fool who's willing to sit around and wait for you. But baby, can't you see there's nothing else for me to do? I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. My head hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. My head is saying, fool, forget him. My heart is saying, don't let go. Hold on till the end. That's what I intend to do. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted. Hopelessly devoted to hopelessly devoted to you.
All right. Okay. Fan.
So yeah, that Emiliano Del Valle and Catalina Clark and Danny and Sam. And if you want the link to buy tickets, the receipt is I think in the chat. Is that correct?
Yes, we're gonna. It's a reserved seating in the show, and the tickets are going fast. You can look in Audi Notes, and we're also going to put a slide up that will have a link to folks interested getting tickets. So, hey, Mr. Bauman, Emiliano and Catalina, I mean, you've got the John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John kind of slots. I mean, for people of a certain age, that's about as good as it gets, right? So, big shoes to fill. You ready for it? You ready for it?
Absolutely.
So ready.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting we've got the QR code there. So if you are interested in seeing Greece, and I couldn't encourage you more to go out and grab it, we've got the QR code up on the screen. You can take a shot of that, and it opens a week from yesterday, right? Next Wednesday,
Correct. Yeah,
and
it runs the
5
21st.
performances.
Five performances because there's 2 on Saturday.
Okay, perfect. Well, listen, we love you guys. We know it's going to be a great show. Thanks for letting us be part of this tonight, and we'll let you get back to work. I know you're basically living over there at this point.
Thank you very much.
Okay, folks. Good deal. All right, we are going to kind of move into the next segment, and we've got 3 amazing senior students from the class of 2026. We've got Juan Gallo, Conrad Tittle, and Anna Yee. They have created an app. They built, kind of designed, developed, built an app called Launchpad. They're going to come on the program and talk to us about it. So, Juan, Conrad, Anna, welcome to Campfire.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Pleasure to be here.
Okay. And for those of you that might be parents of younger children, these are three superstars right here. Juan already admitted to UPenn, Wharton, Conrad, and Anna in the mix at different amazing universities at different levels, and I'm sure they're going to have great results. So, guys, tell us about your app, Launchpad.
Yeah, of course. So I think I'll kick it off. First of all, that was quite a tough act to follow, but we'll try to match the energy of our previous performers. And so I think to preface our presentation of Launchpad tonight, I'd like to indulge in a little bit of storytelling. So bear with me here. So it was my freshman year of high school, and Audie's internship week was fast approaching. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with this special Audie tradition, this meant my peers and I each needed to find a professional to shadow for a week. But alas, we were just measly ninth graders. And so, without a hefty resume to flaunt, many of us, myself included, were kind of left stranded, right? We were kind of unable to secure an internship ourselves for a long period of time. But now, I'd like every one of you to take a moment to consider all of the parent participants in this campfire tonight. In this meeting alone, I can quite confidently bet that there are countless fantastic and talented parents doing amazing work in the Houston area and beyond. And so, on that note, think of the Audie community at large. That's hundreds of Audie parents excited to lend a hand to talented, motivated students, yet this goldmine of a network remains largely untapped. And so this is precisely what motivated me and then Juan to build Launchpad, because the hard truth is that for any high schooler, it's simply difficult to dig up the right connections and opportunities to further one's career interests. And so Launchpad is an app that addresses this challenge by enabling schools' parents, alumni, and students to connect and seamlessly share opportunities with one another on one cohesive platform where anyone can contribute to the education of our youth to whatever extent they're willing. This can be as simple as responding to a student's career-oriented question or as extensive as offering a student an internship. As a parent, your networking commitment is entirely up to you.
Yeah, so in the most simple terms possible, Launchpad is a local networking and mentorship platform for Houston residents. So as Connor mentioned, users have the opportunity to either connect with the entire Launchpad network, which would include students, alumni, and parents from schools like St. John's and Kincaid, or users can decide to connect only with people from their shared school community, so people from Audie. If you, as a parent, decide only to connect with your school community, your profile and any opportunities you post, such as internship opportunities, will only be visible by students, alumni, and other parents from Audie. So now to give you an idea of what this app looks like in action, and we created it and it's fully functional, we recorded a quick video we would like to show you guys. And so yeah, of course, the first step is going to be to sign up. On Launchpad, all users can connect with each other directly through email. In other words, this email that you input here will be public to other users. So make sure this is an address that you're comfortable receiving mail in. Of course, if you decide to make your profile visible to members of the Audie community, your email will not be shared with other students from other schools, such as from St. John's, for example. And then you're also going to have the opportunity to fill out some basic information and link your LinkedIn profile so students can actually have some information, so can actually like view some information before reaching out to you. And yeah, as a preface, this is going to be just a quick video. If you actually decide to sign up on the platform, there's going to be more info on how to fully utilize it to the best of its ability. And so yeah, here you're going to be able to, of course, select if you're willing to connect with only Audie or with the entire Launchpad network. And then you're going to have some opportunity to fill out for some more basic information until finally the last slide where you're going to have the opportunity to invite another professional. So if you have a spouse or a friend that you know might be willing to give back to the Houston community or even just the Audie community, please consider inviting them, as you know this is something that many students at Audie struggle with, finding people that are willing to help them. So if you can get people on this would be much appreciated. And then finally, there's this networking commitment. As Karnad mentioned, you're going to be able to be transparent with what you're willing to do. You do not need any structured program such as an internship, volunteer, or shadowing opportunity, though of course you can select that if that's something you're willing to do. But you can just like say that you're willing for a casual connection or a short interview if that's something that you actually want to offer to a student. And then here we get to the meat of the app, which is going to be the network. Here you're going to see all the users. If you selected only connect with people from your Audie community, only people from all the Audie community will be here. But if you selected everyone, then people from everywhere will be there. You can see profiles from professionals, college students, and high schoolers. And then when you click connect, you'll have access to their email address where you can just copy and paste and send an email to them. And then here on the opportunities tab, you're going to be able to see any internship, volunteer, job opportunities, and also my personal favorite, you're going to be see like student businesses that people are running. And then you can, get astounded by this Audi community that has so much talent. And so yeah, that was quite a bit. And so to summarize, if didn't pick up all that, basically the network tab allows for unstructured mentoring. Like people will just be able to reach out to you and email in a very more casual manner. But then the opportunities tab allows for more structured mentoring in the sense that you will be able to promote volunteer, shadowing, internship, or job listings to brilliant Audi students, but also alumni, like these Audi students that study at Penn or Carnegie Mellon that are coming back in Houston and are interested in finding an internship.
Now, you may be wondering, how does this benefit students in particular? Well, there's a couple ways. In truth, many high school students don't use or can't access networking apps such as LinkedIn, as those have a age restriction of at least 16 years old. However, Launchpad is just a solution. With different tabs, we're able to access and give these students different abilities to network with others. Such as the networking tab, we're able to connect with alumni and professionals in both the Audi community and those outside to gain inspiration and connections to help guide and build their resumes for their college career. Furthermore, there's an opportunities tab where students are able to look at different clubs, access other mentorships and internship opportunities they otherwise wouldn't be able to access. Furthermore, on the resources tab, we have a curated list of different tips to help them guide them network and start college preparation. And finally, in partnership with 6 Degrees and Prospia, there's an academics tab where they're able to apply for merit-based internships with professors all across the US, such as Charles Caloravis, an economist from Columbia Business School, to Andrew Schulmitz, a cognitive science at Occidental College. And remember, even one connection can change a student's trajectory. And it doesn't matter if you can only spend 5 minutes a day, even that will impact the student and how they decide what their future career is. And remember, your impact will help magnify the change Launchpad will have on students as a whole. Now, what are the next steps? First, you can sign up at launchpadnetworks.com. That's Launchpad Networks, all lowercase, or you can scan the QR code on the right. And finally, remember, if you have any professionals, other students, or college students that you think will benefit from Launchpad, feel free to share with them the app as well. And if you have any questions, please oh, please reach out to Conrad, Juan, and I. All right. Thank you very much for listening to our presentation.
All right, guys, that was yeah, hang with me for a sec. That was fantastic. And I want to just clarify something. I believe that like when you got the idea, then you taught yourself how to do all these things, correct? Like you weren't necessarily hardcore coders going into this, website designers or anything like that. Is that true?
Right. It was sort of we were fueled by the dream, right? To put it
Love that.
sort of in a corny way. But yeah, we did. You're right. We kind of went in blind. We learned as we went. Our first revision of the app was well, we don't talk about that. It wasn't the most beautiful thing, but I think we've gone somewhere where we're quite happy and we're proud of what we've done.
Yeah, well, I think you should be. I mean, it's a great piece of work, and I think it's only starting. I can see all kinds of claps and thumbs up in the chat, and I love the thing that I really love about this. But I mean, I love that first piece you said that, hey, we don't talk about the first one, but life requires those first ones, right? And there's a lot of forces that kind of push on us to not allow us to take risks, to not reach all these things. And you guys just blew through all of those checkpoints, right? And got down the road two or three or four iterations, and it's only going to get better. So yeah, you're amazing representatives of the school. We appreciate you being here tonight, and hope you get a good bump with the audience.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, guys. All right. So Launchpad is primarily, kind of coming out of our upper school space. I want to pivot to the middle school space. And next week, for the first time, we are hosting a purpose summit for our seventh grade and Sankey M students. Kind of the trio that's leading the effort are Ms. Vermeulen, who couldn't be with us tonight. She had a previous commitment. Our grade 7 coordinator, Ms. Lees, and our director of experiential Education, Miss Cheetah Malou. So I think we've got Miss Lee, Christy, and Lorena on the call tonight. So talk to us about this Purpose Summit. What is it? It sounds good. What is it?
Yes, of course. Hello, everybody. Um, so this work will be led by Jessica Kotojo from the World Leadership School. She will help students for 2 days, Thursday, half of the Thursday and Friday next week. And the Spark Summit creates a space for students to explore who they are, their unique gifts, their identities. It's about discovering who they are and what makes them special, and use these strengths to help better the communities, the school, the world. And this was going to be directly connected to our Washington, D.C. trip, uh, because first the students would be grouping by their Washington, D.C. trip. And so this is the brand new booklet made by my colleague with a lot of talent, Catherine Abinader. And on this booklet, students would work their private, like inner statement, they would create there and the submit. And we're going to have also reflection time every night. This was inspired by the World Leadership School. And also we connect this summit with a sustainable development goal. So this is directly connected with the transdisciplinary project at the end of the school year. So yeah, it's going to help students to find their purpose, and I'm very excited about this.
Yes, I think it was Coach Lees who had the idea to try and tie in all of the different things that the seventh grade students are doing. So we have their grade level field trip, we have their Washington, D.C. program, their focus on health and advisory, and their transdisciplinary project. And what we're trying to do is kind of weave a thread through all of these different aspects of their year and really get them inspired and thinking about their unique gifts and what they can do. Is my screen sharing? Yes.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yes. So we're talking about how can they explore their gifts to have a greater impact on the world. And we think that this will tie in with their transdisciplinary projects and the what are those called? The little films that they're making, the public service announcements. And then we are also hoping that this ties well into our MYP program because all of these sustainable development goals and the thinking globally and acting locally tie together, and hopefully our students can find some inspiration.
Yeah, I love that. We had one of the phrases from our purpose at the beginning of the show. We talked about experience excellence every day, and that's leading to make that our students would make their mark on the world. And this to me seems right aligned with that. Christy, you've been leading a lot of our work in that area, I'd say. Why as our experiential education director, why are experiences like this, why are they important? Why should we allocate the time to do that, and how can they help us reach that goal?
I think it stems from we want our students to feel like they have purpose in life. Why? It makes them happier overall. We want them to feel happier and healthier. And Audie is a wonderful place where everyone kind of feels a little bit more connected to the global community. But we really want them to understand some of the global issues out there, how their lives affect people all around the world, and these sustainable development goals from the United Nations really help our students get vision into some of the world's most pressing problems. And we're hoping that someday they may find some solutions to those problems.
Yeah, well, our generation's not doing such a great job at coming up with the solutions, so it's a good investment. I'm betting on the youngsters. Great. Miss Lees, you know, you're a lot of the idea and that integration started with you. Um, you know, if we went to next Friday at the end of the experience, what would your goal be? What would you hope to have happened?
So next Friday afternoon, they will have a design print. So we hope they create their project there. We hope that each student has also a personal statement. But my inner purpose is not only the students. Actually, I would like each chaperone are involved in the creation of this also purpose for the trip or for the transdisciplinary project. Hopefully, they would feel more connected all together.
Fantastic. Yeah, and I love that idea that as the students were grappling with that notion of purpose, that our teachers are with them as dialogue partners, facilitators, helping them zone in on, as you guys put it, as the goal of this project is their own unique gifts and how they can make their own special impact. Thank you so much for bringing it to us, and we really look forward to next week.
Me too.
Thank you for having us.
Okay. Fantastic. So, yeah, lots of excitement there, and those are just kind of two representative samples, really. Quite frankly, one from upper school, one from middle school. There's parallel efforts going, and we'll go through some of those in different campfires. But we wanted to focus on those two tonight. We're going to swing out into a little athletics. We started with the arts, and now we're going to do a little bit of athletics. We're going to do some winter sport roundup. We're not going to do all the sports. We're going to hit the other ones that we don't get tonight in a later podcast. But hopefully, our tech will work a little better this time. We are going to go live down to the stadium, and Coach Chris is there. Chris, what do we got going on down there in the stadium?
Hey Tom, we're at the Awty Stadium right now where we got JVA playing against a varsity team out of Cathedral High School here. We're up 3-1 currently. And here's some of the boys that helped score those goals there. They're doing really great this year. I think they're 8-1-1 for their season. And they're playing a lot of varsity teams because our soccer program is very strong, so we got to play a lot of the varsity teams from other schools. So very proud of them. Earlier today, we had girls varsity play. They had a tough contest against Kincaid. But our middle school sports are doing great. They played today at home against John Cooper, 8th grade 1. And we're just looking forward to the SPC championship in a couple weeks.
Okay, I love that. It looks like there's a couple kids waiting to go in the game. Is that right?
Yeah, we just subbed out basically a whole unit. And so these guys are getting their rest and they're going to be back in probably the second half.
Okay. And well, fantastic. Up 3-1 against another school's varsity team. Yeah, soccer program, lots of depth here at Awty, lots of pride. So, Coach Chris, thanks for giving us a little live look in, and congrats to the boys on what's looking like a good evening over at the stadium. Okay. We are also going to talk a little bit about our girls basketball program. And so I want to welcome back to the campfire head coach and also upper school dean, Justin Puente. Coach Puente, hey, welcome to Campfire.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Good deal. Okay, so yeah, you've been, what is this, year 5 in charge of the Awty Girls program for you?
It's going on. I think I took over in 2017, so we're getting close to almost 10 years. So.
Okay, you're hitting the decade mark. Okay, well tell us a little bit about this squad. How did we get to them in terms of the development and what are you liking about this year's team?
I would say the biggest thing that I like about this year's team is, they really have a lot of energy. They have a lot of effort. They have the confidence and they have the attitude. We're competing for 4 quarters of basketball. They come in, they practice hard. They're practicing in the morning. I think at the beginning of the season, they were kind of second guessing that. But I think now as we're heading into it, they're like, hey, I'm able to, go home after school, hit my studies, and then maybe try to get a good night's rest. So I'm really happy with the overall development. Our veteran players have really responded well to the freshman group. We've been waiting on them patiently for the last couple of years. So we're very happy to have them. But, it's all about just team dynamics, and we preach that to them every day. I'm very fortunate to have great assistant coaches. Coach Davis, who's our associate head coach. Coach Sadie Greenwood, who is also an Awty alum. I coached her my first year as the varsity head coach. And then we welcomed Mike Wynn this year, who has been just a breath of fresh air and energy. So we all feed off each other. the girls have a great vision of what they want to do, and we're excited about competing this year in SPC.
Yeah, you're competing hard. Uh, this year's captain, Layla Sholikova, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And just
Yep.
a real quick, yeah, we have Layla. She's our captain, and we also have, I think, Jada Hart's on the call. Then we also have Mane and Hadi, and then Zoe. She's one of our new freshman guards, and then Lauren King, Sydney Bardo, and then Nina Coco, Lily Lundy, Annabelle Ping. So that's our team this year, and we're very proud of these girls.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a great squad, and they all represent the school in not just athletically, but also academically and with great character. I think Layla's on the call tonight, right? Layla, are you with us tonight?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good to see you. Well, congratulations on being the captain. Yeah, as you think about that role, what's important to you as the captain? What's your role in terms of Audi girls basketball success?
I think my main goal this year was just to become kind of a liaison, a correspondent, because I know sometimes it's hard for some of our girls to really open up to each other and to coaches, because obviously pretty intimidating having your upper school dean as your coach. So I think in the best way, just being there for the rest of our team. And I know from experience being a freshman and having to look up to all these upperclassmen, it's a little bit scary. So just being there for them, being one of those people that knows how they're feeling, that can relate to them, and overall just give them that energy and support that they need.
Yeah, I love that thing that you touched on, the kind of the verticality, right? That the younger students are influenced by older students, and then those students ultimately graduate. But we're building the culture, building on the strengths of people that came before us, and taking the program to new places. Um, Layla, what have been a couple moments that you've been proud of or excited about during this season? It could either be for yourself or for the team. What are a couple of places where you were like, wow, I'm really proud to be part of Audi basketball?
I mean, honestly, I would say it's probably not the most generic answer, but we played St. Andrews, which was one of the teams that we were really hoping to, well, to beat. And we had a really tough competition. We lost about 2 points. Score was so close. And honestly, what was amazing to me is how we were willing to fight back, about how we had taken this long trip to Austin. We went right into playing, and we might have started off a little bit slow, but because our squad is so young and full of energy, it's not a disadvantage. It lets us build and it lets us work, and we were able to fight all the way to the end. And I know when we see them again, we're we're gonna give them a surprise. So.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I think if that swings back around. Yeah, Coach Plenty, how about you? Is there a moment, probably that one I'm sure would stick with you. Are there one or two other ones that you were just like, yeah, this is exactly what we're looking for or what we're hoping for?
I would say at the beginning of the season, we kind of had to start the season off with the Magnificent Seven, because at that time there was a whole bunch of flu going around, and we were out with some players. So we went in there with, the Magnificent Seven. That's what I called them that night, and they went out there and executed, and got the victory to open up the season for us. So that was a very strong start for us because it really set the tone. It set the tone of knowing that, hey, we were down. We played with 7 players. We went out there, played 4 quarters of basketball, and we came out of there with a W. So that was really the biggest part of that, was really just to see how well they responded to each other and how much they really depended on one another, and just went out there and executed. And that's all we asked from them. We want them to go out there, compete. We want them to go out there and have fun. But at the same time, we want them to be able to take this program. It's their program. Hey, they're the ones that are leading this program. It's not the coaches. We're just there. We're just there guiding them. But it's what they do and how they interact with one another and how they showcase their skills and their integrity on the court is what is going to take our program to elevated heights.
Yeah. Love the sound of that. Hey, if someone wanted to catch the girls team, what would be some of the upcoming games? I know Friday's a tough one, defending SPC champs, but what are some opportunities to see you guys play?
Yeah, we're playing tomorrow night against Episcopal. We've talked about that all week long. It's Episcopal. We're ready for it. Our biggest thing is we're not going to go in there being intimidated. We want them to be intimidated by us and how we come out and start the game strong. That's been the message all week. Next week are two big games for us against St. John's and Deshin. Unfortunately, they're away, but you can always find our live links through our Huddle fan app. You can download that app and you can just type in Awty International School and it takes you to all of our sporting events and you can follow all the live links through that. So, yeah, we're looking forward to next week. Our goal is to, we want to compete very hard tomorrow. Hey, you never know what happens. Basketball is basketball. So,
Yeah.
the way they've been practicing this week, I'm pretty confident how we're going to go out there and play. But I know next week we're going to be very, very hungry to get beat some of those teams.
Awesome. And then Layla, maybe we'll wrap this up with you. Kind of give us the final word on Audi girls basketball. Where are we at? Where are we going? How far are we going to get this year?
I mean, I think that we have the strength to take it all the way. I think we see anything can happen in the bracket, but also even not just this year, we have next year as well, because fortunately and unfortunately, we don't have any seniors. So that means that we get to keep that same squad, we get to keep that same mentality, that energy, and we get to build it on for a whole nother year. So we get to work through it, work through anything that we need to grow on, learn, and obviously everyone gets a little bit older and we get to have a little bit more love for the game every year. So we're very excited.
Yeah, well, we're excited about you. Hey, really appreciate you guys joining us. Appreciate the other team members that are on the call tonight. And go Rams. We'll be behind you tomorrow out at school against Episcopal. All right, and we've got one more athletic segment. We are going to now slide to boys varsity soccer, and on the call we've got Juan Gallo coming back, and then head coach Ken Horner. Coach Ken and Juan, welcome to Campfire.
Hi, thanks for having me, Tio.
Okay, yeah, well, Coach Ken, I love the way you are someone that I think has very clear purpose, very clear goals about what the team should do and what you're looking to achieve. Can you share that with the community? Because it's since I've known you, it's always been the same thing.
Yeah, either it's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, I'm pretty straightforward, stern. I know what I want, and fortunately, the boys want the same thing. I think the only way it works is if myself, my assistant coaches, my captains, the whole team has to be on the same wavelength and the same path. And fortunately, everyone buys in, and so it makes it kind of an easier role.
Yeah, and I think that it's all pointed at that SP. I mean, I think at least from a quantitative outcome place. It's not so much about winning every game, although we win a lot of them, but the goal has been that elusive SPC championship. Is that still the goal?
Well, to be honest with you, Tio, winning the championship is not my number one priority, and maybe it should be, and the last 2 years would have changed. We've been 2-year runner-up in the state final, but to be honest with you, my main focus is our style of play, how our team plays, but most importantly, seeing these kids develop, grow, and we have guys playing at the next level in college, and I take a lot of pride in knowing that I have more players from Audi playing at the next level than any other school in SPC.
I love that.
So winning a state championship is great. It's a cherry on top, but making the final and seeing these kids go to the next level and seeing these kids play a beautiful brand and exciting style of soccer, that excites me more. That's kind of
Yeah.
what
Okay,
I
fair
want.
enough. Maybe I'm the one that's getting obsessed about that
Yeah,
thing,
the
but
pressure's from you, Tio.
yeah, okay. Well, I'm taking the pressure off because I love the way you guys play. I love the team. I always have. Maybe we can brag on them, and maybe Juan, maybe you can pitch in on this one, Juan. But just recounting my experience last Friday night over at St. John's at Scotty Field over there, and I wasn't at the start of the game because I was up watching the varsity basketball team. So I got there midway through the first half, 0-0 game. But we were a man down. We went a man down very early in the game, so the boys had to play 10 men for 35 minutes in the first half, 0-0 at halftime. Then, relatively early in the second, St. John scores. That's a pretty backbreaking, deflating moment. And the guys just battled back, right? Battled back to even it, even though they were a man down. And then with 12 minutes left, FA slammed it home and for us to go 2-1. And then you guys, kind of rode the game out. Just just you talk about resilience, you talk about commitment. Juan, what was it like to be on the field? What were you experiencing? Am I capturing it? For me, it was really a remarkable evening.
Yeah, no, it was pretty remarkable. Of course, it was my last ever first SBC game, so it was very nice to actually end it off with a win. But as Coach Ken said, it was even nice to see how the boys actually fought back. I know in years past we've always had a very, very strong team, but sometimes we kind of lacked a little bit of the grit, and I think in this year we really have that grit. And so it was like it was very nice to see how the team came about, and we didn't really blame the player who of course made a
Yeah.
made a bad challenge and got a red. We just got on with the play and actually got a win and got the job done.
Yeah, I mean, just for the record, the red wasn't anything that was reckless or dangerous. It was just kind of kind of tough play and a tough call. But yeah, the hanging together and seeing it through. Juan mentioned that grit. Ken, was that part of the decision to schedule Channelview right before the December break? Because Channelview is a 6A school. That's where Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl winning quarterback, went to school. They're 6A school, Texas athletic, power, and also ranked in 6A in soccer. That was a heck of a game too.
Yeah, when that game came about, we were really excited for it. I think our team has loads of talent. I mean, these kids are just incredible players, but you got to challenge yourself in like the St. John's game. You find that resilience. And when St. John scored, our team got the ball, put it half field, and just kept fighting. And I think deep down, our team on the field kind of knew like we're gonna win this game. Yeah, when you have a chance to play a public 6A school, especially ranked, you know you're going into a game where you're gonna have to fight and battle. And I think our team played. It was probably top two for me in performances from our team. Now, being the coach that I am, that night I was excited because I felt we played really, really well. And then after a day or two went by, I started to get a little frustrated because as good as we played, we ended with a tie 1-1 rather than a win.
Right.
So, you take the good and the bad, but that Channelview game was really exciting, and I think they enjoyed the game too. I think we're already looking to schedule for next year as well. And
Great.
for us, that's what we want to play is the best teams.
Yeah, to me that fits that excellence every day. I mean that, we want to challenge ourselves. Coach Puente's talking about, playing Episcopal straight up and we're scheduling Channel View and those are the kind of experiences that we want to give our kids. Um, Juan, let's look ahead to SPC tournament. It's been incredible games the last 3 years really. I think we can go back to the penalties 3 years ago. Episcopal 1-2 here 2 school years ago. Penalties against Assertion last year. And I don't want to make it all about winning that, but what's your goal and what do you think is the next step for the group? How do we take that next step?
Now, of course, the next step, or at least our goal as a team, is to try to win the SBC title. I've been here for 3 years, and we've come close the last 2 years, right? We lost in the final, and so it's of course heartbreaking because in the moment you work a lot with the team, and then sometimes when you don't get the result that you want, you can feel like you let the team down. But I think the mentality going into the tournament is just put all the effort in and try not to get flustered. I know in years past we've kind of I don't know. As Coach Ken and myself mentioned before, we sometimes got a little flustered. We weren't as um experienced in say those situations. But this year, I think we understand that the SBC tournament is almost like a separate thing from the league, and that's something that we need to tackle with focus. And I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm pretty confident that we have the players, but more importantly, the character to actually, you know, make a good run and put it in the back of the net and actually win it this year. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my thing.
Well, we're looking forward to that. It's up in Fort Worth. It's the second weekend in the February break, so that's just another sacrifice that all of our winter sport athletes make, really, to do that. But I'm sure we're going to have great support up there. And speaking of support, Coach Ken, when's the next game? How can we watch Audi men's soccer?
Very easily. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at Audi at the turf field. We play Episcopal, same as basketball, and we're looking forward to it being a really strong competitive game. Yeah, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. I think the weather's going to be lovely, so there's no excuse.
Yeah.
We should see everyone there being loud and yelling, and it should be a really exciting, fun game.
Okay. Yeah, definitely will be over there, and it's going to be a great night. Okay, well, lots in front of you guys. Thanks for, thanks for the great efforts you've made so far. Thanks for coming on Campfire, and go Rams. Good deal. Okay, and as I mentioned, we will we'll do the other winter sports team, boys and girls swimming. Girls swimming is the three-time defending SPC championship, so they're looking for the four-peat. That's really tough to do. Boys basketball, which is having another great season under the direction of Coach Williams and his amazing set of assistant coaches, and girls soccer, Coach Dupe, and our SPC runner-up defending, kind of hoping to get back to that final again. All right, well, we are reaching the end of Campfire, and just appreciate everybody being on the call. Our goal from the beginning with Campfire was just to try to create an electronic community. We've got it live tonight. Thanks for being with us. We'll put the recording and audio notes, and people that weren't here but want to watch it can do that. We appreciate everybody coming on. Appreciate all that is amazing about the Awty community. One of the things that I've been doing with our wellness counselor, we've been doing our wellness counselor Bhavin Misra is Awty Community Yoga. That started with him, and just as a last thing, we wanted to announce the next one. It'll be Sunday, February 1st. It's a full moon, so lots of energy. It'll be 9 a.m. On the great lawn, right in front of the dining hall. And as always, it's free, it's fun, it's family friendly. We're going to be joined by our middle school yoga club. We've got a middle school yoga club. They are going to be with us practicing, and they're also going to help us with childcare. So if you're a parent who would love to participate, but you've got the challenge of a younger one that may or may not want to be with you, we're going to have some help from that and some amazing Awty kids to look after your sons and daughters. So we would love to see you there. It's also something if you have friends that are interested in yoga or you think might be interested in Awty. We had a couple people that were in the admissions process came to the last one. We'd love to see them. So, oh my God. And then the last piece here, the last piece is we wanted, I think you can get a sense of the weather at Awty from our call, but we wanted to kick it over to our own resident expert to give you the true version of the Awty weather, and then we're going to sign off after that. So, sir, take it away.
Well, thank you, Mr. Odin. I appreciate it. And hello, everybody. Let me tell you, Adi's got the best weather. Nobody's got better weather. And the week started off a little bit cold, not too cold, but got a little warmer. I came around. I bring the heat. I always bring the heat. And it was a great day today. Tomorrow's going to be amazing. It's going to be very nice. The weather's going to be looking amazing. I'm going to be looking nice. I'm always looking nice. You know that. And the weekend's gonna be looking good. Not as beautiful down as in South Florida, but still pretty beautiful. And next week's gonna start a bit cold, but don't worry because the cafe's got the greatest drinks, the greatest food. You gotta hit up the cafe. I've never seen anything like it. It's amazing. And we might have a little bit of rain next week, but don't worry because it's gonna be a lot of blue skies, a lot of blue skies. I got the best blue skies. Nobody's got better blue skies. Do you know anyone who has better blue skies? I know you don't. But you know what's better than blue? I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be gold. Gold is the best. Gold's gotta be the best color. And you know what's gold? I'm telling you, the sun is gold. The sun is very gold. And the sun shines bright, but I'll tell you what, I shine brighter. I shine the brightest. Nobody shines brighter. But you know what else is gold? Audie's gold. Audie's very gold. Audie's very shiny. There's a lot of shine, a lot of talent at Audie. And the Rams on the field, on the court, they're always shining. They're always shining. And just remember, Audie's got the best weather. Nobody's got better weather. Audie's got the best of the best here, always at Audie. From the weather to the academics to the sports. As we saw it here on this call. It doesn't get better than here at Audie. And thank you all. And just remember, weather's great. The Audie weather's great. And let's make weather great again. Thank you all. Thank you for being on this call.
All right. Thank you, my man. Yeah, doesn't get any better than this and doesn't get any better than you. Thanks everybody for being on the call. If you want to, you can come off mute, say bye, and we'll see you further down the road. We look forward to have a few more campfire episodes in the winter spring of 2026. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thanks for being
Have a
here,
great
y'all.
evening. Have a great evening.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a good evening.